Hello, my name is Marie Mendoza and I'm here with the Bubble Avid class interviewing Miss Edgar for College Talks videos. What university did you attend?
I attended Cal Poly, California Polytechnic State University is actually its full name, in San Luis Obispo, so just a couple hours north.
What were you majoring in?
I always knew I wanted to be a teacher, so I was actually an education major. They called it liberal studies at the time, so liberal studies education major, and my emphasis was in language arts, which is perfect because I teach that now.
Did you play any sports while you were there?
I didn't play any sports, however, I was involved in their intramural sports program, so it wasn't like a part of the official Cal Poly team, but it was fun. It was co-ed. I played volleyball, softball, and basketball. It was a great way to meet people and be active and have fun. So yeah, intramural was really fun, but it didn't have the same pressure of, being an actual collegiate athlete. Yeah.
Do you have any tips or regrets?
Tips or regrets? Tips would be make the most of it, get involved with things that speak to you or sound interesting to you. I took the opportunity to study abroad when I was at Cal Poly, and so I went and studied at the University of Queensland in Australia for 4 months, and so I learned a lot there and thought it was really cool to experience a different place and culture. So take advantage of programs the college offers and just make the most of it. That's what I would say.
Is there any other university you would probably wanted to attend?
I recall that I applied to quite a few places, and I grew up in Ventura like you guys, and I thought about going to UCSB, and I thought about going down to San Diego, so San Diego State University and UCSB were my other two maybe choices, and Sonoma State University, but it turned out that when I went to visit, I just really liked Cal Poly, and I really liked this town of San Luis Obispo, so it just seemed like the right fit.
What were your class sizes like?
Let's see, at Cal Poly we actually were really lucky to have pretty small class sizes, and part of that is because when you start at that university, you declare a major. So I was an education major, so I already started in education type of classes, and it was actually pretty small. I'd say the average for major related classes was about 30 students or so, but some of the really large classes covered the GE requirements, the ones that every freshman and sophomore has to take, and some of those were huge. So up to 100, 150 for some of those big lecture classes. But for the most part, pretty small, which was really nice.
What was your school mascot?
The Mustang, which is a type of horse. Yeah, which was fitting because it's kind of an agricultural related school.
What program at your college attracts students to the campus today?
There's a ton of programs, a wide variety, from clubs that interest students due to extracurricular activities. I remember I had friends that participated in an outdoor club, and they would go on different camping trips and things like that. They also have great programs for academics, like the College of, there are certain honors dorms who are really focused on education and academics and all that. So I would say there's a wide range at Cal Poly.
And what 3 ways did college affect your life?
What 3 ways? The first, I think, was what a lot of kids go through when they move away from home and just kind of start to become a young adult and learn a lot of things about being responsible and a little bit more on your own and managing your time. The second, I would say, that impacted me would be friends that I made. They're lifelong friends and people that are still in my life that we had a lot of common interests with. And the third would probably be in that it allowed me to be prepared for the career that I wanted to do and I'm doing now, which is teaching, and I felt really well prepared for that.
Was there a tough moment in college?
Tough moment. I think the hardest thing was, I just mentioned, managing time, because there's so many things to want to get involved in and friends and things you want to do, so just keeping your priorities to academics and setting goals so that you can get everything you want to done. That was probably the biggest challenge.
Could you share a favorite memory from college?
Favorite memory of college. Since I was just talking about studying abroad, I think one of my favorite memories was the time that I spent with taking classes. I actually went for a whole quarter and lived in Queensland, Australia, and we took classes over there and learned about culture, and we did some writing, and overall that experience kind of inspired me in a lot of ways, so I'd say that's kind of one of my favorite college experiences.
Share one piece of advice you think middle school students should know if they're considering college after high school.
I think it's easy to think of it as being a long way away, but all the little things that middle school students are doing today can really help them to be successful later, whether that's being organized in school, setting short-term and long-term goals, and kind of just thinking about what you want to do and how you're going to get there. I was lucky that I knew I wanted to be a teacher, so I figured out a plan, and I also would encourage middle school students, and when you get into high school, to talk to other people and hear about their experience, because it's a really good way to learn.
Well, thank you.
Okay, awesome.
That's it.
Thank you guys.